Hola Vinaka everyone and welcome. So good to have you here with us. Today, let's just have a good telenoa, a chat about something we all use every single day, but maybe we don't think about it too much. I'm talking about our phones, our laptops, and the mark they leave on our beautiful island home. I mean, think about it. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to sleep, our gadgets are right there with us. But have you ever wondered what happens when we're done with them? Or how much energy they're sipping on while we have them? It's all connected, you see. The health of our digital lives is tied directly to the health of our Fiji. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about e-waste. I know, it sounds a bit technical, doesn't it? But it's actually really simple. It's just any of our old electronic stuff, phones, computers, chargers that we don't use anymore. The big worry is that these things aren't just plastic and metal. Nope, they've got materials inside, things like lead and mercury that can be seriously harmful if they leak into our soil and our precious water. Now, I know this might sound like a huge problem, but we can break it down and make it easier to handle. There are really just two simple paths we can look at to make a real difference. First, how we use our devices every day, and second, what we do with them when they get old. So let's call these two paths green use and green disposal. Green use is all about the little things we can do to save power with the gadgets we already own. And green disposal, well, that's all about making smarter choices for our old electronics instead of just tossing them away. So let's start with the easy one, green use. These are some really simple tricks that don't cost a single cent, but trust me, they can make a big difference to our power bills and to our environment. If you're near a computer, listen up, because this is a fix that takes less than a minute. Seriously, just go into your power settings. Tell your screen to go to sleep after maybe 15 minutes if you're not using it. Do the same thing for the hard drive. And then set the whole computer to go into a low-power standby mode after about 30 minutes. Easy, right? It saves energy without you even noticing. Now here's something that might surprise you. Just take a look at your screen. If you have it cranked up to the brightest setting, it's using twice, double, the amount of power as it would on the dimmest setting. Just turning that brightness down a little bit can literally cut its energy use in half. How about that? Okay, be honest. Who's heard this one before? That it's actually better to just leave your computer on all the time, because switching it off and on so much wears it out. It's a really common idea. I hear it all the time. But is it actually true? Well, it turns out that's a total myth. The truth is, turning your computer off is actually good for it. See, a machine's life depends on how long it's running and how hot it gets. So when you turn it off, you reduce both of those things. You're helping your computer live longer, and you're saving power. Vinica. And here's a sneaky one for you, phantom power. Did you know that your printer, your speakers, even your TV, they all use a little bit of power even when they're supposed to be off? I know, it's true. The easiest way to fight this is to plug them all into one power strip. Then, when you're done for the day, just flick one switch and everything is truly off. Ceterata. Done. All right, so that covers how we use our gadgets. Now, what happens when it's finally time to say goodbye to an old device? This brings us to the second part of our telenoa, green disposal. And we can remember what to do with a simple rule I like to call the 4 R's. The first, and honestly the most important R, is to reduce. This one is so simple, but it's so powerful. It just means thinking before we buy. Asking ourselves, do I really need this new phone, or does my old one still work just fine? The best way to reduce waste is to not create it in the first place. The second R is all about reuse. Before you throw something away, just stop and think, can this thing have a second life? And some of these ideas are just brilliant. An old computer monitor can become a cool little bed for your cat or a unique planter for your garden. It's all about being creative and resourceful, which is something we in the islands know a lot about. Next up, we have recycle. Now, this is for when an item is really truly at the end of its life. Recycling takes all those valuable materials inside, the glass, the plastic, the metals, and turns them into something totally new. This saves so much energy and means we don't have to keep digging up more of our precious earth for new materials. And finally, our last R is replace. Look, sometimes we do need to get something new. When that day comes, we can make a smart choice. For example, replacing a big old TV or computer monitor with a newer, flat-screen LED one, that's a great move. They use way less power and, more importantly, they're made with fewer of those hazardous things, like lead. Okay, so we've talked about all these great ideas. Now, let's bring this telenoa right back home. What's the e-waste situation really like here in Fiji today?
Well, let's be honest with each other. We do have some challenges. We don't have a big, formal e-waste recycling industry here. Not yet, anyway. This means that most of our old electronics end up in landfills, like the one at Noboro. Or sometimes they even get burned. And we all know finding a good repair shop can be pretty tough. But there is good news. We just need to keep an eye out for special collection drives. The Suva City Council, for example, has been running them. That's a great start.
And things are definitely starting to change for the better. This number you see here, 4,328 kilograms, wow, that's a lot of weight. But you know what? It's the weight of progress. So what exactly does it represent? That huge number, that's the amount of e-waste that was collected right here in Fiji just last year, thanks to a fantastic partnership. All of it was packed up and shipped off to be properly and safely recycled. It just goes to show you, when we work together, we can make a real difference and keep all this harmful waste out of our land. So you see, it all comes down to us. This is our home, our Vanua. And the small choices we make every single day, dimming our screens, flicking that power strip switch, thinking twice before we buy something new, and finding the right way to get rid of old things, all of it adds up. It really is our shared responsibility. So I'll leave you with this one thought to take with you. Just one simple question. What is one small change you can make starting today to help care for our home? Just think about it. Vinaka Vakalevu for joining this telenoa. Mulțumesc.